Hi, you guys. It's Saturday. We had cooler temperatures here today, which was very, very nice. And, you know, I don't think our temperatures are get out of the 80s anymore. I think they're going to be like, when it is a little warmer, I think it's going to be like 80, 81, stuff like that. It's not going to get real hot anymore. But I am making a bacon-wrapped pork loin for dinner.
Gather round, let the good times roll. Home cooking magic, it feeds the soul. From pies to stews, every bite's a delight. At Misty's Pleasures, everything feels right.
Alright, y'all, so the first thing that we want to do that's really important is you want to heat up your oil. Now, I'm not going to use my sausage fat or bacon fat. I'm just going to come in with some olive oil, okay? This is great value. I normally get the name brand, but I am trying to go to a budget now. I'm really trying to be financially savvy, especially, you know, since I am having so many medical problems and had to go out on my job on long-term disability. So we're going to put olive oil in there, and we're going to let that heat up very, very well. And when I say very well, I mean you want it hot. So we're going to do that, and then we'll start doing our other thingy things, y'all. Alright, let me leave that alone and I'll bring you back. Alright, y'all, so this is fresh basil from the garden. And this is fresh English thyme. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this just a little bit because it's just going in the cast iron for flavor. Also, what's going in there is a whole fresh garlic head, but we're going to chop that in half. And then we are going to take a whole shallot and chop it in half and put in there. So let me go ahead and, where are my kitchen shears, Charlotte? Oh, never mind. So all I'm going to do is just cut these. I'm not going to pull the leaves off or anything. I'm just going to cut that in half. So I have a piece for each side of the pan. And this just grows crazy. So that's going to be multiple pieces all around in the pan. And that's going to give that pork tenderloin so much added flavor. So much. Was there any rosemary out there? Can you go give me a couple things of rosemary? Yes, there is. I'll be right back, y'all. Yo, I pressed so hard on my garlic head that I sent it flying everywhere. But I got that. That's the main skin that was on there. And I just used a wooden spatula and pressed down on it. And you definitely want fresh garlic, not minced. I need my glasses to be able to see, y'all, because I cannot see these little edges. To peel this properly without my glasses. See, that's peeled. So I'm just going to take all these and peel that off of there. Now, I don't want to bore you all. I mean, if you want to stay and watch me, that's totally fine. I would love it. But I can bring you back when I get all of these peeled. I'll let you see a couple more. Because when you cut the ends off like that, the peeling pretty much just comes off for you. See? So that's our second one. And this will be our third one. I love it when it's easy, y'all. Alright, I'll finish doing the rest of these and then I'll bring you guys. Alright, y'all, I got all the garlic done, so now we're going to just press down a little on our shallot, just like you would your garlic. And that makes the peeling process on that easier as well. Smells so good. I think I'm going to do 2 of those, and I'm going to cut that in half. So I'm just going to cut that in half, so it'll be just like that. And then I'm going to do another one. In fact, I'm going to save that piece. I'm going to use this bigger one. Alright, and then we'll cut that one in half. And then we'll just drop that in there when we do the garlic. Alright, y'all, next step. Alright, y'all, now that our pan is really hot right here with that oil, you're going to want to take 1/2 stick of Land O'Lakes unsalted butter and let that melt in here. And we're going to actually put a little bit of the spicy Italian seasoning in there. And just a little bit of the slap your mama in that mix. Alright, so this is a pretty big pork tenderloin. So the first thing that we are going to do is cut it in half. As evenly as you possibly can. And y'all, I don't know if you're aware, pork tenderloin is very, very budget friendly, very inexpensive compared to if you want to buy a pack of center cut pork chops. Center cut pork chops come from this. And I think I paid like $9 for this. And a pack of center cut pork chops for 10 are like, golly, $14 now? Now I do cut a little bit of the fat away, but not all of it. Because that fat gives a lot of flavor. Yeah, there's not much on that one at all. Alright. Now one of these pieces I'm going to reserve for breakfast in the morning. So this one I want to cut again. In fact, you know what? You could actually... We'll see. All right, so we're gonna cut it again right here. I should be using my other knife, honestly. Let me get it. All right, so that's your first piece right there. Now our next two pieces are going to be bigger than that. Now I could actually cook both of these if I want to. We'll see how much space I'm going to have in my cast iron. All right. So let me move this real quick. So this is your first, okay? We got 3 pieces, right? We're gonna take some baker's twine and tie this right here. But before we do that, I'll show you something. All right, so we're gonna tie this off right here with our baker's twine. And the baker's twine is really inexpensive too, y'all. Pull it tight. And then just cut off those odd little tips. All right, now we've got 3 pieces of meat right here, connected together, right? Now what we want to do is our seasoning rub on them. So we are going to be doing Kinder's brown sugar. And you want to rub that into that meat. This is so cool, y'all. Y'all gonna love this. And you probably won't cook this a different way again. Well, I'm not gonna say that because there's different recipes, you know, and you're not all the time gonna braid this together like this. So that's our Kinder's brown sugar. Now we're gonna do Kinder's the blend. That is a mixture of salt, garlic, and pepper. So you do not need to add any additional salt. Next ingredient is Better Goods ketchup seasoning. You can get this at Walmart, very easy to find, and it is oh so good, especially on potatoes. Oopsie. On potatoes. Oh my word, it is very good, y'all. Thing is, mine is jammed in here because goofy me had stuck my finger in it when I was cooking one day and kind of messed it up. Alright, so that's our Better Goods ketchup on there. Now we're going to take a strip of bacon for each piece. Now I have some smaller strips of bacon. If I cook the other one, it's not going to be whole long pieces like this. And what you're going to do is braid it. So we're going to take this piece and go over. And then this piece is going to come right over here. And then this piece is going to come over here. And that is very like hard right here on the end. So what I normally do is take a toothpick to hold it together. Now I could tie it together too. Normally I do a toothpick, but let's see if we could tie it. Perfect. We can tie it. You want to pull that tight. And that is going to be ready to go. Cut your excess off. That is your first braided pork tenderloin with the bacon. Just lay that to the side right there. And we'll be all over. Alright, y'all, the first thing that we're going to drop in here is, well, no, I'm not doing that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to say we're going to drop some regular onion. No, we're going to drop regular bacon. Okay, I turned my heat down some. It's going to take it a minute. But I hear it sizzling. And we are going to take our herbs and throw in here. Yeah, I'm going to turn that down some. My apron. I must be protected. All right, now I put the heat down a little bit below medium. Okay, now we're going to take our shallot and drop on this side, one right here, one right here, and drop our garlic all in here. And let that just saute a little bit. Now, if you're wondering where you can get baker's twine, it's easily found at Walmart, very reasonably priced. You use it for roast chicken, roast duck, roast pork, whatever you need to tie up. So, like, if say you're making chicken cordon bleu, you could tie it up, and you don't have to worry about starting a fire. Now these 2 bacon pieces I just put in here to give this butter and oil some extra flavor. So I'm not going to leave them because they would just sit in here and burn. You just want that to get very, very aromatic, and make sure that oil gets a really good flavor along with that butter. And you can actually bust your garlic up now. You want everything to just start loosening up in here. So you start getting everything loosened up so it starts coming apart. You can start taking some of your stems out of here now. Leave just a few. And now what we're going to do is take our first braided pork tenderloin and lay it right in here. You're going to increase your heat. And then we will put our other on this side. Now we are going to flip this over. And we're going to flip our other one over. And we can go ahead and throw these stems right here away. If I can get all of them. I'm going to just keep letting that cook. Another thing that you do want to do is you want to add some butter to that. And also you want to do a drizzle of honey. Just a drizzle, because there's going to be another glaze that's going to be put on here. So just a tiny, tiny drizzle. And then we're going to add some more butter. And put it right in between those. I want to take some of this butter and drizzle on the top. Just to make sure that that is staying tender. That is, all right, y'all. The final thing that we do. Now, if you don't have homemade peach marmalade, that's fine. You can go get peach marmalade at the store. But we're going to take my homemade peach marmalade and put on the top of here. Now remember, this is still really hot, so when I put the lid back on, it's just going to continue steaming it. And it's going to be so good. So good. Alright, so I'm going to put the lid back on there. And we'll just let that finish steaming, cooking. And it'll be good, y'all. Alright, y'all. At this stage, to keep our potatoes from burning and to make sure our pork is done, we're going to finish it in the oven for 15 minutes.
Dr. Silver's working on a dropout case of a puppy with a mysterious lump in his throat.
Like a train, you'll hear me coming from 100 miles away. I don't ever remember running as fast as when I'm after you to stay. When I tell you that I promise, that's exactly what I mean. It's you, yeah, it's always been you, and everyone around can see. It's true, yeah, it's a dream come true, that you're the only one for me.